Hello everyone, welcome to the AI India tour. This is Lakshit Pant from Azure Developer Community, and we have been driving this initiative Azure Developer Community inside the umbrella of Azure Developer Community. At Azure Developer Community, we are coming up with lots of initiative. We are always trying to help you with multiple initiative by building the collaborative environment in the ecosystem. And for today's series, the agenda of this AI India tour is to build an engagement around AI, artificial intelligence, and generative AI, open AI, that has been a buzz around the course of one last year. And with this AI India tour, we will be coming up with multiple speakers who will be delivering multiple sessions on different tech related to artificial intelligence, and we will also cover different domains. So now, not wasting much more time, I'll quickly introduce the today's expert industry leader. So today we have our industry leader and our always a community contributor, Siddharth Chopra, with us. He has been contributing with us for so long, and he has given more than 150 plus sessions at Azure Developer Community. He is a software engineer at Optum and expert with OpenAI and prompt engineering. Today, he'll be giving a guide to you all about how does the AI engineering works, how does the Azure OpenAI works, and everything. So, and then we will also, after the this first session, we'll also get to know about one initiative, that is AI Microsoft AI Odyssey, where Microsoft has been driving some AI challenges that you would need, that you would definitely be fascinated about. So let's get started. I'll quickly pass on the stage to Siddharth there. So yeah, Siddharth, over to you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Lakshit. And yeah, so let's start with today's session. And today we will be talking about the few things about the generative AI and open AI and few more things like about the coding and what all you can do with the help of the generative AI. Okay, so without wasting the time, let's just start with the session. So I'm just presenting my screen. Uh, yeah, okay. So Lakshit, can you please confirm if the screen is being shared or not?
Not yet. Not yet. Not
Okay,
yet.
just
Not yet.
okay. I think some. Is it?
Not. Yeah, yeah. Not yet. It's not visible yet.
Okay, I think the browser can't access it. Like I'm just rejoining. I think I just gave the permission right now. I need to rejoin. Just a minute.
Yeah, yeah. Sure, sure. Yeah, until Siddharth rejoins, I'll quickly tell you about what does the AI Odyssey Tour does. So AI Odyssey Tour is more about six challenges, and all you need. Yeah, Siddharth is it. Yeah, perfect. Now, can you would be you be able
Yes,
to?
I'm just retrying. Is it now visible?
Not yet.
I just don't know why it's not visible. Let me just check the permission. Like the permission is already granted.
Mhm. So I was just talking about the until Siddharth just rectify the issue. I'll just quickly walk you through the AI Odyssey tour. So AI Odyssey tour is more about the challenges that Microsoft is offering right now. It's all about the six challenges. You have to complete all six challenges in order to receive a certificate, and this certificate is holds a great value at present time. And also, there are a couple of perks involved alongside these challenges that we are running through. So I'll quickly share the link of AI Odyssey. Just give me a second. Okay. Yeah, here you go. I have dropped the link in the chat section, so you can always check. Okay, okay, I haven't dropped the chat section. So here you go with the AI Odyssey tour link. So this AI Odyssey tour helps you, it's to build around. So this is a one challenge, right? This is a challenge one. Similarly, there are four other challenges that you need to that you need to complete, and it covers lots of aspects of Microsoft Azure AI, ML Studio, Azure Cognitive Services, and a couple of things that involves NLP as well, right? So you should NLP documentation and multiple things. So I believe you should definitely check out this challenge, and there are some couple of perks of getting, completing this challenge. You will be getting a Microsoft certificate for this after on completion, as well as you will be getting if you complete it as soon as possible, maybe before 21 or so, right, you will be getting a fanny pack. Yeah, fanny pack or so. Yeah, now Siddharth, it's visible now.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So let's just start. So yeah. So let's start like how the generative AI journey has been started. Okay. So back in the November in the 2022, so the Chat GPT was launched. Okay. And how the Chat GPT actually changed the game all whole about the generative AI. Okay. So let's directly go to the Chat GPT. Okay. And let's see. So I've just opened the website of the OpenAI, which is a Chat GPT. Okay, so like Chat GPT is not just another chatbot, but instead this is like a little bit replacement of what I can say of the Google search. Okay, uh, for example, like if I want to know about anything like what is machine learning, let's say like what is machine learning. So I can just go here and I can just type whatever I just want to know what is machine learning, and chat gpt can automatically answer it what is the machine learning, like it is a branch of artificial intelligence, and all of these things like it can give the same thing I can ask on the Google also, machine learning. Okay, and Google can also give me the result of the Wikipedia, but here what I have to do, first I have to go to Google, then I have to type here, and then I have to open Wikipedia, and then I have to see like what all things I am interested in. Okay, and in chat gpt like little bit I have the chat interface, so if I want to know more about the model, I can just type out the uh, follow question here, like let's say tell me more about, let's say point 6. Okay, which is the unsupervised learning. Okay, so I can just go here and I can just have the more info about the unsupervised learning, the same thing like I can go here, but I have to find where is the unsupervised learning, then again I have to open a new article for that. So this is how like the chat gpt was actually the replacement of the Google, and that's the reason like even few companies other have started, and even they also introduced some kind of the generative search here, like whenever I will type the machine learning, there's something the generative AI experimental, because whatever I am typing, instead of opening the blue links that is are the URLs, so they will directly result in the search. Okay, so that is the reason like it's, Chat GPT was flooded. It got a million users in just 5 days. Okay, so that's how the things got changed from the search to actually the chat interface. Okay, and how this model is actually working. Okay, so the imagine wherever there is some machine learning model, I think everybody who's watching is little bit familiar to the coding. Okay, so wherever we have AI, we have some model there. Okay, so let me just clear the definition of a model little bit, so whenever we will be covering few other ter- terminology as well, so the word will be little bit clear to you. Okay, so the model here refers to the brain of that thing. Okay, so this is the kind of intelligence, so model is the brain of that model, like how the things is getting processed, how the model is actually answering to the question. So take it like as the human brain. Okay, so the model which chat gpt is using is like the 3.5, the by default version, and they have the more capable model as well, which is the GPT-4. So we have two major models, GPT-3 3.5 and GPT-4. Even when you will go to the chat gpt interface, you will get the option for the 3.5 and the GPT-4. Okay, so the GPT-4 is available for the plus subscribers of the chat gpt, and 3.5 is available for free. Okay, so what is the major difference over both of these models between the 3.5 and the GPT-4? So if I talk about let's imagine there is a kid who is in school. Okay, so it has the less training data, it knows the less about the whole world. Okay, so imagine that school boy here is the 3.5 model, and there is some mature who is in the 30s of age, is the GPT-4 model. So if you will ask any question to the school kid and the one who is in the mid 30s, so the response and the answer and the experience they have is much higher. so they will answer the question in a better way. Okay, so that is actually like a pretty uh, if I talk about the technical side of the 3.5 and the GPT-4, so GPT-4 has the more training data. GPT-4 has the more training data, and that's the reason it will. Uh, Whenever you will ask some question, so it will answer that question in a better way. Okay, even if you will hover over the GPT-4. Uh, okay, so here they don't mention, but this is their most capable model yet. And if we will talk about all of the models, not just by the OpenAI or some open source as well, or some other major companies as well. So as per the benchmark, GPT-4 is far better than any other model, and this is the most capable model that is available yet. Okay, so because that's trained on some billions of parameters, and literally it knows about all of the internet. Like if I talk about like majorly, if you will ask about some maths question, the physics question, or some history question, and even about the Indian history, any other country history, so it literally knows about each and everything, from the school days, from the travel perspective, from the cooking perspective, each and everything other GPT can answer you here. So a basic terminology of the model, I think this is little bit clear to you. And we have the two major models, 3.5 and 3.4. We will talk about more about the GPT-4 model as well in 3.5. So the small difference here, what we have is the parameters. There are a few other differences as well that we will cover in the further session. Okay, so here we have the interface, and we have this different things. Okay, so let's talk about more about the GPT plus. Okay, that's the what all new functionalities do they provide on this model. Okay, GPT-4. So as I already told, imagine this model is like a brain, and they have a brain, and so they can answer the question. And how I distinguish currently the GPT-4 is more mature model because it is trained on more data. Okay, so apart from this thing, it can even do much more things even possible. Okay, so for text generation, if I talk about, they have two models. They even support the image generation as well, so you can actually generate the images the similar way with the help of a prompt. Let me just give you example. I'm just opening a new chat here, and I just want to create an image. Okay, and any hypothetical image I can create. Create an image of apple in shape of a sofa, let's say. Okay, so maybe this image is not available anywhere on the internet, but it can actually create the image here. So chat GPT, like whenever I type this, and it's creating an image here. So let's wait for a few seconds till it create the image. And in the meanwhile, like for the text generation, like we have two models, like I've already explained, the 3.5 and the 4 model. For the image, we have the DALI model. Okay, so what is actually DALI? Let's first see the image. Okay, and as soon as like here is the sofa which is in the shape of an apple, so it has created an image. So this is the image. This is the image model actually. Like it is trained on the many images across the internet, and whenever I will type something a prompt, it can help me create that image. Okay, so this is actually the DALI model which is creating the image, and the current version of the DALI model is the DALI 3. So again, if I would distinguish between DALI 1, DALI 2, and DALI 3, so DALI 3 is trained on more images, so it can create the images of higher quality and with the better whatever I will uh, type the context here. So in the latest version of the Chat GPT, so DALI 3 they haven't launched it as a separate interface, but it is integrated with the Chat GPT. So ChatGPT is not a model. The model ChatGPT uses is the 4 or 3.5. So ChatGPT is actually an interface. That is the web interface or the mobile interface you can talk about. So behind the scene, the model it's using is 3.5 and 4. So again, another model is integrated in the ChatGPT interface, which we call as the DALI. And the DALI is used to create an image. So currently it's only available for the plus subscriber, but even you can use the DALI 3 for free as well. I will tell about that in the future. Afterwards. Okay, so with the 3.5, the DALI 3 is not available, but whenever you will click on the GPT-4, you will get the access of the DALI 3 view of the browsing analysis and the limit 40 message. Okay, so uh, first thing, like we have covered what is DALI. Another thing is the browsing as well. Okay, so as we all know that chat GPT training data is limited. Okay, so whenever you will ask the question of the current day, like tell me the news for today, it will not be able to tell you. Okay, so let's ask the question to the 3.5. uh, like tell me, okay, so few days back, like the 2 days back, S24 was launched. Okay, so let's ask the question about it. Okay, so any question related to, tell me all features of Galaxy AI, let's say. So Galaxy AI was launched, and let's see what 3.5 model can answer. Okay, so it has answered, I am sorry, but as of my knowledge update, January 22, there is no specific information product about the Galaxy AI, because this model is only limited to the uh, January 22 knowledge. It doesn't know what is happening in the current day. But if I ask the same question, let me just copy this question and let me ask the same question to GPT-4 model. And if I will paste this, so it's doing some Bing research, and because now see the difference, it doesn't has the knowledge, but it's whenever it was doing the Bing search, it is actually going to internet to fetch the information, and after fetching that information, it's displaying it here. So now you can see the S24 series as a live translate, interpreted, chess assistant, note assist, transcript assist, generative AI edit and suggestion, AI wallpapers, and few more things like even there it's typing out here. So again, a few more things are integrated here. First one, like in the ChatGPT interface, it already had the model, text generation model. Let's be clear, text model. They have also integrated the image generator model, and which is the model, DALI is the model. And another thing is the Bing, is what they integrated, which is the search engine. So if you will ask the question about today or tomorrow or any day which is not in the training data of the Chat GPT, it can just browse the internet, it will find the information, and then it can display it on the interface. Okay, so uh, because the previous model has a limitation of the it can answer the question to the specific day, but now it can just answer the question uh, about any day, because it has the access to the internet, like it can browse the internet and it will just give you the perfect answer available over there. Okay, so even like it will share me the link from where it has actually get the source. So what it actually did, the Chat GPT browse this website, it just go ahead with every website, and uh, like I just don't want to read the complete whole website, so it just created a summary out of it and it just showed to me. Like even if I want to know more about the click to search, I can go ahead and tell me more about the click to search. It will again browse few other website, because if there's no information available about the click to search here, it will browse more website over there, and it will just give me the answer over here. So that's a few basic terminologies about the text model, image model, and the Bing search. Okay, so I believe the like whoever is watching this is little bit uh, clear, knows about the coding perspective as well. Okay, so as this is the model, those guys have created the model, but they even give us the functionality, like let's not keep this model to ourselves, like let's just don't limit this model to the Chat GPT interface. Like this model will be available to everyone, and because this is the most capable model they have created, so you can just literally create integrate this model even in your website, in your app, or in your software. Okay, so let me just give you a few examples, like which all companies have already integrated this inside their app. So the first one is the most popular one, is what is Snapchat. I believe everyone have used Snapchat, and Snapchat has a feature called My AI. My AI. So My AI is again using the GPT-4 model. It's using the GPT-4 model. Another popular one is the Bing Chat. So Bing is a again a competitor for the Google search, is what I can say. So the Bing uses the GPT-4 model, and even few academies like the Khan Academy and many other websites are using the GPT-4 model inside their application. Okay, so what's the use case of this thing particular? So if I talk about any app, like if you're using Ola, Uber, My Geo app, or Swiggy or Zomato, okay. So when you have any query, like if you have any query, so or the customer care support, you will go to their app. There you will find some hard code features over there. You will click over there, and sometimes, like if I just want to do a Wi-Fi complaint, it's really hard to do with those interface, because the chatbot doesn't understand what I'm trying to say. because it is just limited to the English, like it's just playing on the keywords, like whatever I am saying over there. Like even if I will type I don't have the Wi-Fi issue, it will give me that how to resolve that Wi-Fi, because it's playing on that keyword, the Wi-Fi. Okay, so that is not the thing. Like I just want some human interaction, like how ChatGPT is doing, like whatever I am typing, it's just giving the answer in some human language over there. Okay, but what's happening, creating this model takes a time and takes a efforts and a cost over there. Uh, so so what is happening, so instead, like OpenAI is saying, like we have the most capable model, you just have to integrate that model. Okay, so the similar way like the API works. Okay, so application programming interface, so those guys have provided the API, and other clients, like whoever want to use their model, can use their API to use the model, this model. And which models? All the models like which I have mentioned right now, whether it's GPT 3.5, it's GPT-4, or DALI model, or any other model, like even few other models are available. The specific version of this one, 3.14, there are few versions as well. So if you just want to use their model, you can just literally use those model. Okay, so few questions like I get whenever I talk about the API kind of thing. So many times I get a question like, so why these companies don't create their own model? Okay, agreed to the question, like they can even create their own model, so why they are using, why to have to pay the cost to use their model? Okay, let me just explain this with the help of an example about the Uber. Okay, Uber, let's talk about Uber, Ola, Swiggy, or Zomato. Okay, so this companies Uber and Ola, this focus is to focus on that cab business. Like their whole goal is to contact with the cab drivers, to contact with customers, handle all of these, like how to give the better cab service provider. And for the Swiggy and Zomato, like their focus is to focus on the restaurants and how to focus on the food delivery. Okay, but the common here, all of these things, apps required maps. Without maps, their business can't be run. So instead of creating a instead of focusing on their business, like first they have two options: either to create a whole world class map. Okay, because to run a cab business, you need some map, like where the user can put their location, uh, current location, drop location, and where he wants to go. Okay, and even to give the uh, the info about the car, like you need to show all of this info inside a map. So like how the user, like instead of focusing on creating, uh, instead of focusing on their main business, which is the cab business or the food delivery business, they have to create their own maps. Okay, so creating a map, they have to first launch their own satellite, hire developers to create the world class map, and even if the few locations is not available, like their maps will be of no use. Okay, so even just believe, like I want to use Ola or Uber, and I just open my app, and I just type my location, and my location is not available over there. Okay, because their map doesn't have. Okay, so what's the other option they have? Google says, like I have created a world class map, you just have to use, like if you just want to use it, just come to me, I will give those the info about the map via API. Okay, so all of these companies are actually using their own maps. Google Maps they are using. Okay, and how they are using, with the help of API. So the similar way, OpenAI has provided the API for their models. Yeah. So let's access this their model, not with the help of the ChatGPT interface, but with the help of some programming. Okay. So let's go to openai.com and let's click on login. Okay. So here there are two products available. First one is a ChatGPT, like which is opened here, and another one is the API. So whenever I will click on this API, so this interface has been open. So this is the whole documentation, like how to use this API, like how the developers can use it. So as you already talked about the models, let's go to model, and here you can see all the models which are available here. First one is a GPT-4 and a GPT-4 Turbo. Okay, so GPT-4 Turbo is it is a little costly, but it will give the answer much faster. Other one is a GPT 3.5 DALI. Again, we have the for the image generation. And here we have few other models as well, like for the audio, for the speech conversion and embedding moderation, and few other models like also we have available here. So you can see all the models which are available here. And the okay, so apart from the models as well, we have the tech, what are capabilities like their model can actually do. So the first thing we have is the text generation, which is the 3.5 and the GPT-4 model is already doing. Okay, so let's first try this model. Like I can use the 3.5 or the 4 model, not with the chat GPT interface, but via API. Okay, so let's just first try it out. So for that, let's go to playground here. So and here you can just go to the chat API, because I want to use the chat API here. We have various different API available. First, the another one is the complete. It uses other model, which is the DaVinci model. Like if you will go, you will have the few options available here. DaVinci 3.5 Turbo Instruct. But I want to use the chat model here. So here, when you will select the chat type, uh, all the models like which is available here, you can just select it. This GPT-4 is available, 3.5 Turbo is available. This is the latest version of the GPT-4 model we have, and the few other things also we have. This is the maximum length we available, like the response, how much big response I want the chat GPT model should give to me. I can just increase it, decrease it. And here we have few other things as well. This is the system message. Here are the user message, like whatever we type. Okay, so let me just again explain to you. So first thing is the system message. So this is a by default message, like which you give to the system, like how you want their model to respond to you. Okay, so imagine like if I talk about this Snapchat My AI, so they might have in their system prompt, like it has to behave like a AI digital friend. So whenever you will ask a question, like it will answer in a friendly way, in a 2 to 3 lines way. So you can just give the same thing here in the system prompt, how you want the system should behave to you. Other thing we have is the user message, like whatever we type. So let's example, I just type hello, and let's click on submit. So here the assistants have replied. Okay, so first message what we have is the system message, the by default message. Another message what we have is the user message, like for example, if I will type hello here, so this is that message, and the response the model is giving to us, this response, this is actually the response by the assistant. Again, like I can have the follow-up message here. So if I will type something else here, the similar way, explain machine learning, and I can just click on submit. So it can just give me the answer, and how much big response I want, like I can just play with here. And if I want to play between the creativity, I can just play with the temperature parameter here. So say here are few else parameters as well, like which you can uh, modify here. Okay, so this is like for the testing part, like if you are creating your own application, you can just test their API, like how it's giving the response to you. Because sometimes like as this is the API, sometimes you want the response should be in JSON, so you can just pass that response, and you can just use it inside your application over there. So just removing it, removing the score, and just removing all of these functionality. So if you just want to test how this model is getting response, so for that you have the application called Playground. It's just for testing. At the like whatever you will type here, for example, like I type hello, the model will give the response. um, Again, like hello. So I just want to convert whatever I type here, because left, for example, I have written a system prompt, I have given the user prompt, and I just want to create a code out of it. So what I can do, I can just click on view code, I will get the whole Python code available here, and I can just test it out. Okay, so let's just test this inside a Python code. So what I will do, let's open Google Colab. I'm opening a new notebook. And let's copy this code. I'm just copying this code and paste, and let's see what response do we get. So we haven't installed the OpenAI module, so it I think it will show some error. So currently it's connecting to some runtime. So let's wait for that. Okay, so it's showing like no module name OpenAI. So let's first install that. So what I will do, I will type pip install OpenAI. So now I guess OpenAI has installed. Okay, so now the error is different. Now the error is like the API key is not defined. Okay, so now we are running their code, but now how the OpenAI can charge me, because like I am using their model, and like how they will be able to distinguish like the model is being used by my account or any other account. So how they will be actually the billing my account. Okay, so for that, what all these companies provide, they provide a key, the API key, which is unique to my account. So whenever I have to use this their model, I have to pass this API key. And when I will pass this API key, so let's first create a key one. So for that, you need to go to the API keys option. So here are the few keys like which I have created, and for like with the name demo, I'm creating one key. And you will get option here, like you won't be able to view this key again, so just save it somewhere. And I'm just copying this key, and let's pass this key over here. So here we have a parameter with the name API key, and inside that I'm passing this key. So generally you need to pass this inside environment variable, but I'm just passing it over here. Okay, so now let's remove the only question, like what we want to give is the hello, and let's see like what the model is actually responding. Okay, so we have run this code. Let's print a response. And inside response, like we have few other things as well, like we have the choices, we have the content, we have the role assistant. So here is the main message over here: hello, how can I assist you today? So if you want to go till here, you can just go and type here response.choices. So we are inside the choices, and choices is a list. You can go to the iterate over the first element choices, and then we have message dot. Here we have message, and then we have content. So this is how, like if you just want the message, because it will again give you a few other things as well, like how much tokens it has used it, and few other information as well, like it gives to you. So for now, my only interest here is in the message. So this is how I've got here. And let's type here uh, the same question, like, oh okay, and let's change, tell me about newton Newton's law of motion. Okay, so let's run this code again, and let's see like what response our model gives now. So it takes time, like the similar way, like if you will answer like if you will ask a question to ChatGPT, like it takes a few seconds to answer the question. So this is the same thing which is happening here. So here the model gives the answer like the Newton law of motion, and first law of the motion, second law of the motion, and all the information. Like if I will ask the same question here, so the same response it is giving here. But the main use case here is like if you want to use their model uh, inside your software application or the website, this is how like you can just integrate their model, because they've created the API for the same. And let's again go here. Let's again go to playground. Let's go to the chat interface, and here by default code they have provided for node curl json, because this is the because the backend language which is mostly used is Python and Node. So for that language they have already created the code. But if you want to use this code in some other language, for example let's say Java, so you just have to copy this code, just go to chat GPT, and just tell here convert this to Java. So it will just convert this code. So you just don't have to learn this code. Just understand whatever things like we are passing here. Okay. Uh, like we are passing here the model name we have passed, the message like we have passed, the temperature, max tokens. So this all things like actually matter, like what you are doing, because everything else is like available in the documentation. You can just go to the documentation and just you can use however you want to use it. Okay. Uh, so that's about the text generation model. Let's again go and to text generation model to see like if we have left something. So here we have the chat completion API, and this is the code for the same. This is the response format, like the response we got. So what we have done, we just go inside the content and we just fetch this information over here. Okay. Uh, so okay. So if you just want to define that, if the model just written the result in the JSON format. So again, we have another parameter with the name of response format, and there you can just type out the JSON format. So whenever it will answer the question, it will just give the answer in the JSON format, so that you can just integrate inside your app. Like if you just want to focus on few things over there. Okay. So there are a few other things as well, but for that each and everything documentation is available here. Another one is the image generation. Let's go towards that. And this is the code of the same, like if you just want to create an image. So let's just quickly create one. I'm just copying this code over here. Let's go to Colab again. Let's paste this code. And again, like I have to pass the API key here. Pass the API key. Let's wait for a few minutes till it creates the key. And here we have the image URL. So let's print it. So this is the URL. Let's open this URL and see on the browser. So we have the prompt here written, a white Siminis cat. So it has created a white cat of the specific type here. Okay. So that's how, like if you want to create some other image, like you can just change this thing. Instead of the hardcode value, you can add the input statement or get this API from some function value or something, like you can change it over here. So that's about the chat GPT. That's about the GPT 3.5 model, GPT 4 model, DALI 3 we've discussed, and also we've discussed a few things like how to integrate, how to use this model through some API. Okay. Uh, okay. So what is the model? Model is actually the brain. Okay. And so here model is actually here the brain. Okay. So as I already told, like this is the model, the 3.5, which is trained on less data. GPT-4 is trained on more data. Okay. So like if I'm creating like if the Geo wants to create their customer service, you using the OpenAI model. Okay. So but the problem over here is like their model just don't know about the information, like about the how the Geo wants to handle their customer service. For example, it doesn't know about the pricing plan about the Geo, or like if there's some issue in the Wi-Fi, like they should provide the link. So what link does this model should provide? Okay, so here is the data of that company. The company, let's call about it as a company A. So company A wants to use OpenAI model to create. Okay, but they just but the model here, this model don't have the information about this company data. So how they can actually do that? Okay, so first possible thing they can do is they can even fine tune their model. So what does the fine tune means here? So the base model here is there. I can just train this model on my data over here, and that's what we call as fine tune. So here are the few steps available for fine tuning the model. Like you just have to go here, even like if you will type here fine tune. So here we have the fine tuning available, and you just need to create the data of that kind of thing, like okay, like even you can just give the model like how it should respond. So here there's an example. like what is the capital of France, so how it should answer Paris, as if everyone doesn't know, because like it is answering in some sarcastic tone. So by default their model will not answer. But if you want your that model should answer over a specific type, or you want to give some data to it, so you can just fine tune that model over there. So first you need to create the data of this kind, and then there are a few steps you need to run to create the specific model. And when you are running the model, instead of typing the GPT 3.5 there, you have to type of that key over there. So that's a little bit about fine tuning. And let's explore a few more things about the chat gpt. Okay, so if you want to use their model inside your website, you can use it via API. Okay, but if you want to use your website inside the chat gpt interface, even you can do that. And this can be done with the help of plugins. Okay, so let's talk about the Canva. Okay, so even in the Canva interface, there is some AI generation. Like if you will type something, so it can create an AI generated image as well. Okay, so that's the thing. Like Canva might be using some OpenAI model, GPT, the DALI 3 model, or any other model. Okay, so they are using some other model inside their application. Okay, so but now what I want, the Canva application should work inside the chat gpt interface, and that can actually done with the help of a plugin. Let me just give you example. Let's type here, create a birthday post. Okay, simple, create a birthday post. So chat gpt can't create a birthday post, but now what it can do, but Canva can do. So Canva has created their plugin. So it is already showing used Canva, and it will just create few things here. So let's wait and see what it creates. Okay, so the first post, like it has created for the happy birthday, and I've added a simple prompt here. If I will type something about my friend's name or any other name, like it will even type that name. And okay, so and if I just want to use, like if this template is best for me, I can just click on this template, it will open the Canva website. So the basic template is already ready with me, I can just make the changes over here. Okay, so that's how, if you want, if you even you have created your own application, and if you want to use your application inside the plugin, inside the ChatGPT interface, you can do with the help of the plugin here. So let's explore more on this plugin. So this is like a complete app store here. So if I go to all, there are literally many plugins available here. So even if I just want to know about the some stock prices, but that GPT doesn't have the access of the stock prices. So even if I have created that thing, my application, and I want to give info about my application inside this, I can create a GPT plugin, and I can just do the same here. So for everything, like there's some plugin extension available here. Okay, so like the YouTube summarizers, if you want to summarize a YouTube video, you can install this plugin, you can paste the URL, and it will just summarize that YouTube video for you. So there are many plugins available. So just go to the popular plugins, and you can explore the one, if you, whatever is your requirement. Okay, so that's about the plugin store. Okay, the another thing what we have available here is, so whatever we have discussed about the plugins. And there might be a little confusion about plugins and the API. So let me just clear it once. So if you have your own website, and if you want to use your website inside the chat gpt interface, this is your website, and if you want to use website inside the chat gpt interface, you can do that with the help of the plugin. And if you want to use their model inside your website, here the website means any software, any application it can be. For that we have API. Okay, so that's it. And another thing like I want to cover is the GPTs. So a few days back, OpenAI has launched GPTs, like in their dev day. Okay, so what does it mean? So for if you want to use their model and to build something on top of it, you you need to know about coding. Okay, because little bit of coding, like you should know like how to play with the prompt, how to get the JSON response, and you have to build on top of thing. Okay, but imagine like you just don't want to do that. Like I'm not a like, let's say like I'm not a coder, and I want to build something, but I just don't know the coding. So what the OpenAI has done, like their model can actually write the code, they can modify each and everything. And if you want to use their model, what they've done, we have created the whole architecture, we have created a whole interface. Whatever is your requirement, just type that in natural language, and whatever you will type in a natural language, that is it can be the human language, English, any language you can type, and it will be able to create any software out of it. Okay, so let me just give you a quick example about it. So before I go with it, GPTs, one more thing like I want to cover is the multimodal. So GPT-4 is actually the multimodal. So what does it mean? It instead of just accepting text as a parameter, it can even take image as a parameter. So if you will go here in the chat GPT, and let's create a new, and here's an option to attach an image. So it can actually understand the image. So if you will type something, your document, your handwritten document, your any book, so it will be able to read it. Okay, let me just give you a quick demo of it. So if I have any image, okay, so let me just parse my image here, and let's see. What do you see? Let's see. So I just input the image. So I see a person standing and speaking into a microphone. So it is able to see like a human eye. They seem to be wearing a casual white t-shirt. There's a same sense of confidence. So whatever we do in the computer vision, this is very much advanced version of that thing, and this is what we call as GPT vision. Because the GPT got the eyes, it can literally understand any any image. If you will type something, even the human text, like if you will type the human handwriting, it will be able to understand it. Okay, so I think that is little bit clear to you, the multimodal of the GPT-4. Let's again go to the GPTs. Okay, so what is exactly the GPTs? So if you want to create a GPT for a specific requirement, okay, so like for example, you have some sort of prompts, and you want like every other person can use, like the use case out of the chat GPT application. If you have such kind of use case, like you can create your own GPT. Okay, and if enough people use your GPT, the OpenAI will again pay you for that. Okay, so how to create one GPT? Let's see. uh, First open this, and here we have the option for the explore GPTs. So let's first explore few GPTs. Okay, so here we have the few GPTs. Like the first one is obvious, the Canva again created their own GPT as well. And we have the logo creator, we have the image creator. uh, okay, and for coding also we have. Okay, for programming, like if I go for the programming, the first one is the Grimoire. Let's try it out. Okay, so uh, create a simple login sign up page. Okay, so I just added a simple prompt here. Okay, spelling is wrong, but like it will be able to understand, I think. So it will just type the code here. So it has just give the steps here: the HTML structure, the styling, JavaScript form validation, whatever things it will be able to do. Okay, so this is it by default has some prompts, some kind of files access it has, and some guy has created this GPT out of there. Okay, so it is just again writing some code, and it's creating the HTML and the CSS and the JavaScript structure for the same. Okay, and you can just copy this code, run on your VS Code, and just try it out. Okay, whatever it's doing it. So this is about the GPT. So like even we can create our own GPT. Let's try it out. So I'm just clicking on create, and here we have a few options about the naming your GPT. Okay, so what would you like to make? So my goal here is to create an Instagram caption. Okay, so the user will upload their image, and it will just give the Instagram caption for that image. Okay, so Instagram caption creator. Instagram caption, let's just name it. So it's just updating the GPT. So the coding part, like when we are building some application, so that part is doing by the OpenAI team here. So caption crafter, okay, yes. Now it's generating the profile picture. So behind the scene, it is using DALI 3 to create an image for it. Here's the profile picture. Now whatever I want to do with the help of this GPT, like I can just type it out here. User will. So here I have given the prompt. User will upload their image, and you have to give 5 funny Instagram caption for the same. So very straightforward prompt I have given here. So it's just updating the GPT for the same. Like it is giving the behavior to the GPT model, like how it should give the response here. So like it has modified the GPT, and here the 4 by default prompt like it has given, and let's just try it out. Okay. Let me just give any image, like if I have. Okay, so here I have one of my image. So let's just upload this image. Okay, so just focus on this prompt. Okay, maybe you just don't like the caption, but here you can see it has understand like there's some kind of seminar which is going on, or the event is going on, and with the help of that it has actually written the prompt here. Okay, if you will type some any other image about the travel or something, so it will just give the prompt specific to that thing. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's all. If any questions, like I will be the happy to answer.
Yeah, so the catch here is we because this is streamlined, this is broadcasted in 4 colleges, like I can see. So
Okay.
the questions we won't be able to share the question. Still, we have
Okay.
already shared the Google form with you all, right? If you have any questions, just put down in the Google form and just share it across. And just don't feel free to share any question that you feel that you have, right? And yeah, thank you, Siddharth Bhaiya, for joining us for this session today. It was really insightful listening to you. And now let's move ahead with some more interesting things that are Azure AI Odyssey series and what goes inside the AI Odyssey series. I'll quickly share my screen and I'll update you. Just give me a second. Mm, uh, just give me a second. I hope my screen is visible to you all. So now let's understand what does the AI Odyssey series is all about. So AI Odyssey is an initiative of Microsoft that we are driving in order to in order to help everyone become an AI master. This on a high note, this kicks off 6 challenges on divided into 2 levels. So the first level is pretty much basic, where you can just, it's more like a learning module where you can just learn all the relevant stuff and you can just always qualify, learn all the relevant stuff, then you can just build it out. And the second is you see, this is about the first complete AI skill challenge. There is a skill challenge, and there are 3 tracks in it. First is build a natural language processing solution with Azure AI language. Second is vision, build an Azure AI vision solution. Third is create an intelligent document processing solution with Azure AI document intelligence, right? So it's more about parsing, it's more about OCR and multiple things, right? You will see there are a couple of things happening right over in this module, traveling module. And this level 2 is pretty much a decent, where you have to just put some efforts in and this module is more about the testing the knowledge, right? So you can always explore these kind of stuff. The level 2 is more about earning the credential, and you have to pass, it's more like assessment. So whatever you have learned here, you will be, you have to utilize your skills, those AI skills right over here. And after on, on the completion of this level 2, you can see there are a couple of benefits, right? So uh there is one AI tour that we are driving. This is an offline initiative that we are driving. So you will get a pass, a VIP pass. So it's more like some lucky winners will be getting a VIP pass if you complete both the challenges as soon as possible, because thousands of Indians have already started doing this challenge. So I'll say start building the challenge and explore, and just try to finish as quick as possible, and you will be done here. Right now you will ask what how you can just complete this challenge, what are the other ways to qualify this, right? So there are some couple of things, right? You can just, it's a Microsoft Learn module, you can always explore. It's more like a skill based challenge. You should have a Microsoft, if you have a Gmail, you are all sorted. You all need to do is sign up and sign up into your Microsoft Learn account. Then right now I have already completed this challenge, so that's why it says me see your completed section. Otherwise it will say you join the challenge. You have to click on join the challenge, and it will show you the entire thing. As soon as you will click on the join the challenge, you will see entire this stuff. Like there are a couple of modules, there are total 8 modules inside one challenge. Just invest some decent time on it, and you will be able to. So this is more about analyzing the text with Azure AI language, right? It's more about extracting key phrases, entities, linked entities, right? These are the couple of things. And you should have a decent hand with, maybe either with C sharp or with Python. Anything would work. If it's Python, then it's like a cheese on a cake for you. So you have to, as I mentioned, analyze sentiments through text entities, through key phrases to all these entities. So you have to do this. So this is more about the learning module that Microsoft offers, and I'll quickly share the link, AI Odyssey link. So there is this is the challenge link right over here. You can always click on this link and explore the AI module. Now let's come to the second part of it, like how this could help, right? So there are a couple of benefits, I would say. First would be the if you complete this challenge as soon as possible, and if you are in top 500 of getting the certificate of level 2, you will be getting multiple prizes, right? So suppose you'll be getting fanny bags, right? You will be getting fanny bags. uh, and again, if you comes in the under the maybe if you're a lucky winner who gets a VIP pass, then you get a chance to attend the VIP AI tour happening in multiple cities like in Mumbai, Bangalore on 8th Feb, and there are a couple of events that are happening. So we'll get a chance to make it to the in-person events happening at Microsoft campuses. All the AI tours, you will get exclusive VIP passes, and you won't find any student bodies, and there'll be hardly 10 to 12 students right over there. Everyone will be a working professional. So it's good. So those who are job seekers, those who want to network with industry leaders, those who want to interact with entrepreneurs and all these executives from Microsoft, this is the golden ticket for you. All right, all you need to do is just complete these challenges before 31st January, and you are all set. Yeah, this is pretty much about the AI Odyssey challenge, right? And there is some couple of other initiative that we are driving right now. It is if I, it is about it is about the 100 days of cloud challenge, right, that we are driving. So you can always, we are driving in 100 days of cloud challenge that you can always participate. Every day at 9 p.m. we come live, every day at 5 a.m. we come live. So this is the 100-day challenge we are already driving. So you can just see, I'm the one who is driving this challenge. So you can always participate in this 100-day challenge. So Azure Developer Community is we are driving with this with Azure Developer Community. So you can see here, on the day one we have covered the Azure budget. On the day one we have covered the how to set up your Azure account, how to get the credits and whatnot, right? On the day two we have covered the Azure cost and budget and cost management. And yeah, on the third day we have covered, so everything, resources, YouTube links, blog link, everything is mentioned there. On the third day we have covered the resource group. So we are at the day 4 today, and today we will cover the Azure Active Directory and role based access control, right? So this is what we'll cover today: how to give roles, how to assign roles, what are these roles looks all about, right? We will cover all these aspects today. So join us today at 5 p.m. You'll be getting the calendar invites very soon. If you want to get a calendar invite, you can register on this link. So this is the link that you should check out for, right? So 100 days of cloud challenge. So in this entire series, right, you can see we will cover monitoring aspects, we'll cover migrations, firewalls, masking, storage, Linux. So there is entire 20-day dedicated to Linux series. Again, advanced concept, Azure concept like Azure Bastion services, Azure architecture. There are a couple of exams that will be covering like AZ9 800 networking things like containers, Kubernetes, Azure database services, Logic App, Service Bus. There are a couple of things, and also Microsoft 365. So similarly, there are a couple of things that we'll be covering in this entire 100-day challenge, right? So feel free to join us for this challenge, and I have already shared the link. This is where you have to register. You'll get every detail on your email. You'll be getting a WhatsApp link to register for this event, and then here comes the GitHub link where you can follow the content what we are covering, right? So apart from this, if you belong from a Delhi NCR region, what you can do, you can register for the AI startup mixer that's happening. So I'm quickly sharing the link right over here. So this is the link that you should check out. So this is the Azure Developer Community link. We are coming up with some offline initiative, online initiative. You can always register, participate, learn, explore, right? Whatever initiative sounds good to you, you can always explore those events, right? So this is the link that you can always check out. So that's it from a learning perspective today. I hope this was insightful for you. We are coming up with lots of initiatives. So for this 100 days of cloud challenge, I'll be coming live by 5 p.m. So see you at 5 p.m. Thank you everyone for joining in. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you everyone for joining in. And I have already shared the links in the comment section. So try to explore all these links on your own. And yeah, thank you everyone. Have a nice day.